to Knit One,
Part 2, episode 82.
I'm Sheila, also known as Sheila D37.
And I'm Wendy, also known as Penny.
And reminder, we're having a charity knit along through the end of the month. Anything that you knit or purchase from charity, like if you purchase a pattern that goes to charity, or if you're knitting hats to go to charity, will be considered thrown into the pile.
Yep.
Yeah, you know
so
what I mean.
Patterns that you buy that support charity can work. If you bought yarn to support a charity,
Yep.
You could use that yarn as long as you can show us what charity it's linked to, or if you're going to donate the end result to a charity. So somehow your pattern or your yarn has to be associated with charity or the finished product.
Yes.
All right. So I think I go first this week because I think you went last
and I
week.
can't even knit because
of that.
I can try.
Excuse me. I'm still getting over my chest cold thing, but she has
just
allergies.
got hit with like an allergy. I must have, your cats. I must have walked in through a cat fur haze or something.
It's
because it just hit me.
So let's see. Little Batty is still on the needles. I thought I would start the edging on this because I just need to do one more repeat of the lace. But I really didn't work on it at all because I was so focused on another project, which I'll show you in a minute. But you can't really see it. There it is. I love this. I think it's going to be really pretty. It just does not show the color of this shawl to advantage in this crazy light. So if you want to know what it looks like, it's in Blue Moon Fiber Art Socks That Rock's Lightweight in the Rookie colorway. And it's gorgeous. It's it's like a raveny color, but it's got pops of purple and teal and pink. It's just really gorgeous. Yeah, I'm almost done with it. If I had worked on it much this week, it probably would have been done. So that's that one in my little geisha bag. And the next thing that I'm working on, I'm still knitting this Shetland Triangle by Evelyn A. Clark. I'm still in the middle of a row. I think I knit like 2 or 3 rounds since last week. It's getting really big.
It's pretty.
It's going to be gorgeous. I should just finish it, but I want to get that other project done. I'm knitting it out of Great Adirondack Lolita, which is a bamboo and merino blend in the antique colorway. And I'm using a US 7 4.5 millimeter needle. And I'm using a US 7 because it called for US 6 and all of my 6s were in other projects. And it's going to be huge. It goes this way. So in length, it's already pretty, like that's just not even tensioning it. It's pretty big, but I keep showing you every week, I have a ton of yarn left, so I might just keep knitting on it until I get tired of it. It's a very relaxing lace pattern, and that is in my Valentine's bag, my little vintage Valentine's bag.
Good.
And then the last thing, this is the one, I want everyone to know that I could have blocked this portion last night, but I waited so I could show you. I am finally done with the body of the Creature Comforts cardigan. Oh, I'm in the middle of a row. I'm in the middle of a row.
So you're not quite done with that.
I'm not quite done with this row, but I am on the last row before I have to block it. So It's hard to see it. Yeah, it's huge.
I held it up, but
I am going to block it because it says to block the body before you seam it together.
This is your Rhinebeck sweater, right?
No, my Rhinebeck sweater is the wrought iron cardigan that I finished last January.
Oh, all right.
Or February.
Yeah, I don't have a Rhinebeck anything.
You don't need a Rhinebeck anything.
I know. I'm just saying I don't.
So yeah. So I want to finish this before Rhinebeck though because we're going to be there for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, I mean, not necessarily at the fair, but like I'm going to need sweaters because it's going to be cold and possibly rainy. Oops, that's the back. Here's the front. Really not a good view. There we go. I can't get it out. There we go. Can you see that? Yes. Yeah. So what I need to do now is block that rectangle tonight. I'm going to be gone most of the day tomorrow, so I won't work on it. So it'll have a whole day to dry. I'm going to put a fan on it. And then I will seam together the sides and do the sleeves. And then I'll knit the ribbing on last. So I have 2 sleeves and the ribbing to do, and I'll be done with that project. So it's close. But I've been working mostly on that. And that is the Creature Comforts cardigan by Madeline Tosh. I'm knitting it out of Tosh Vintage in the Byzantine colorway on US 8 5mm needles. Excuse me. And that is all I have on the needles.
The only thing I have on the needles, and I told you guys this would happen, is my Flutterby socks. I didn't finish them. Didn't come close. What stalled me is anytime I wanted to pick it up in a generic sort of way, I have to pick up the heel stitches. So you really need to focus on that.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't pick them up during a car drive because I probably would have picked them up wrong.
Or gotten car sick.
Yeah, that too, because that happens. So I went, I think, one more repeat down. It's going to be a nice length. I hope she likes them.
Oh, I think she's going to love them. They're so pretty.
And I did a Eye of Partridge heel. You could do either or. And I probably screwed up. I mean, I didn't screw up on the heel itself. It looks really pretty. But I know I did it a little longer than what the pattern called for. Because if I recall correctly, Eye of Partridge heel shrinks up a little.
It draws up.
And I don't like
length.
the feel of it. So I did mine a little longer. And before I did it, on the back, I didn't do a repeat on the back for one repeat, so it's plain. Just because if you're wearing it in some sort of shoe with the heel,
you don't want it to rub.
You don't want it to rub. And then I did the Eye of Partridge heel a little longer, which means I'll decrease a little bit more, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
And I'm picking up the stitches now.
But that's good because with a slip stitch like that, you do lose gauge lengthwise.
Yeah, you do.
It draws up. So.
And this sock the color really looks good in a slip stitch type of pattern.
Yes, it does. I love that.
So my other skein may become, what is it, Mad Color Weave or something
Yeah, that's
like
such
that.
a good slip stitch pattern.
So we'll see.
Love
I
it.
really love this. And I'm wearing some Blue Moons on my feet right now because it is...
Because they're nice and toasty.
It's wool sock wearing time. And I'm wearing the ones that I made, your patterned Lotus Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
I just put them on and they fit so nice.
I know. I love mine. I'm wearing Cherry Tree Hill socks that my mom made, and they are so cozy. And when I put them on this morning, I'm like, oh yeah, I love how these feel.
And I love how my feet feel when either they're
I had some
slippers,
Sakata socks on yesterday, and they're okay. But when I put on the Cherry Tree Hill, I'm like, ooh, they're so cozy.
And either slippers because you got it's surrounded by heat, or in bed because I wear socks to bed.
My mom is actually sending me a big box of socks. I should get them next week.
Nice.
I hope I get them before we go to Rhinebeck because I really need to throw out some of my darn. Some of my socks are too holy to be darned, and I'm throwing. My mom had 70 pairs of socks.
Holy cow.
I'm like, send some of those puppies on over to me.
I can't even say I hope she's sending some to me. I already got a pair, but I always love more. But it made me realize that I'm pulling out my sock drawer. And now I have socks down in the laundry, and I have socks, hanging here, and Max is stealing socks. I'm like, I'm just going to be knitting socks for a while, which is fine. You can never have too many socks, in my opinion.
No, especially hand knit socks.
Yeah.
And once you wear hand knit socks all the time, it kind of is aggravating to wear regular socks.
And don't get me wrong, there's need for regular socks.
Yeah, I know. Like workout, I wear like terry cloth socks, gym socks or whatever, but I just really
for casual, any non-workout, and certainly if I'm working in the yard, I'm certainly not wearing hand knit socks because they're just going to get dirty.
But I just love the way hand knit socks feel. They're just warmer, I think. I love
sometimes too warm, depending on
it depends on it.
Because I've been wearing them at school, and I just feel so nice and toasty, and it makes you feel. I don't know. It reminds you that somebody took the time, granted me.
I know, because this
week,
week I have been wearing the cowl that Diane from Knittables made for me last year out of String Theory. Caper sock. It's blue. I don't have it here, but I've been wearing it like every day. Every time I wear it, it just makes me feel nice that somebody took the time to make that for me.
And I wore the socks that Steve made me last week, and you pull them out, and you're like, oh, Steve made me.
I know. Steve made me that shawlette, and that's like my good luck shawlette. I wore it the day that I went to have surgery.
Oh.
So it's like my good luck shawlette.
But it's nice when you get things that are handmade. You just
I know,
remember
it does. It makes
And
you
and
feel
I'm wearing
good.
the socks, the skein of yarn that you gave me. So granted, I knit them, but it's like you never thought you'd remember certain things.
I
but
know,
you
and
do.
I love it because my mom makes all my socks. So
Yeah, any of the
I
socks that
think of
she
her
makes, I
every
think are
time.
her.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice little
So
thing.
your mom's the only person who's ever made me socks besides Steve.
I know. I will never make you socks.
That's
I'm just
okay.
telling you up front. It
Okay.
will never happen because
Hey,
I
I'm very
hate knitting
appreciative
socks.
of your mom and Steve for
I
making
made you
me
a
socks.
monster.
Yes, you did, and I love my
That was
monster.
a very cool.
I love anything that somebody makes.
I know, me too. My monster keeps freaking us out on the stairs.
What, the one that I gave you?
Yes.
I gotta make another one.
I love those. I love it. It's like a body pillow
Yeah,
or something. I have it upstairs now, but it was on my stairs, and every time you walked by, it was like peering out. Like you'd be like.
So this is Flutterby Socks by Shannon Robolino. It's in the Budding Twig March colorway of Blue Moon Fiber Arts.
And
I
that's
really
a free
love this
pattern,
color.
right?
Yes, the Flutterby. I had to think about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like free. Yeah, the Flutterby is free pattern.
It's a good
And
pattern.
you can do it either toe up or cuff down. It just depends on which way the butterflies are going to go. But because of the toe construction that I'm planning on doing, I decided to do a cuff down. And the reason I never liked cuff down was because I couldn't grasp the whole picking up the heels. I always kept getting holes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I grasp it and I actually enjoy it sometimes.
Yeah, I like either way. I like toe up. Toe up seems to go faster for me.
Toe up is
I don't
great
know
when
why.
it comes to, I don't know whose that one is, who's if you want to use all of your skein of yarn.
But also, toe up is great if you're like me and you're not sure if you're going to get burned out, and you might want to just make cuffs this big.
Well, I think that's why
I think it goes faster for me, because I make shorter legs.
I think that's why I like cuff down, is because once you finish decreasing the heel, you only have like 3 inches. Go and cuff up, you're like, well, do I want it this long? Do I want it longer?
I'm like, yeah, I'll do 2 inches and then I'm done.
Yeah. So that's all I have on the needles. I'm sorry, guys.
I have one
It's gonna
date
be
to
real
rate.
boring.
It is the finished version of my String of Pearls hat. I did it out of Martha Stewart worsted in the, I think it was rose and purple
lavender and rose.
And
it was
rose.
Pretty basic.
Yeah. You'll have to see a picture that I'm going to put up on this while I talk. I'll put it over Sheila's head since she's not talking. But this particular version has the tassels on either side. And I also designed for a round. It's a square top with tassels. You can also do pom-poms. And I designed a round top. You can either put a tassel or a pom-pom on that one too. And I graded it. So it has 5 pattern and size options. So it is technically ready to go out to test knitters. And so I'm going to try to start contacting people from the list this weekend. But just so you know, if you opt to knit the round topped version, I did that all with spreadsheets, so I have no idea if that's really going to work out.
I'm going to show the picture.
Oh, I'm going to put it up too, but you can show. That is the finished hat. It came out so cute. My friend loved it. It came out super cute.
Yeah.
My friend loved it. And I think it's an easy one because it's a kid's hat. So I might knit another one for my daughter. She wants one.
Oh, good.
So I'm going to do the, my sizes are 0 to 3 months, 3 to 12, with the only difference being that for 3 to 6 months, you make a slightly shorter hat than you do for the 6 to 12 months. You put a little more length in the crown because those head sizes are very close.
Yeah.
And then there's a toddler size and a child size, which is age 3 to 10 years, because your head doesn't change that much.
No, it really doesn't.
So, yeah, and I got all the measurements from the Craft Yarn Council of America, and I learned how to do proportion gauging and math on this spreadsheet. It was a whole thing. So who knows how that's even going to turn out. This is kind of exciting. I'm glad I did it on a really small project that won't take up a lot of people's time. We'll see how my math worked out on that spreadsheet. But that's all I have for my date. And I have one Whirlwind Romance. So as you know, I made these 2 skeins of Spinner's Hill. This is about 350 yards of yarn. And I have been working on the next lot, and I finished them last night. And this is another 350 so yards. So now I have 700 yards of yarn for my sweater. And the pattern that I'm doing calls for about 1,400. Is that right? No, 1,700. It calls for 1,700. It's got cabling. So I need about 1,000 more yards. But it's going really fast. And the funny thing, excuse me, the funny thing about it is 3 of the skeins that I did were exactly the same length. Do you not think that's so crazy? Exactly the same length.
That's odd.
I know. I'm filling a whole box, so I must be doing it pretty consistently because 3 skeins were exactly 175 yards.
Huh.
1 skein was slightly different, but I just thought that was so bizarre. That's never happened to me before. So that made me feel pretty confident that this yarn is coming out about the same.
By the way, you skipped me. I have no finished dates.
Sorry.
Dates to rate.
I knew you didn't have any. I just didn't even. I was
Sure.
like, whatever. So, hopefully by Christmas time, I'll have that stuff spun. You know, I'm getting about 350 yards from each go round. Like I only have 4 bobbins. So I spin 3 bobbins full and then I ply off those until I get 2 big skeins, and then I start over again with whatever's left on the bobbin. I just join it and I spin. So
good.
I think it'll. I can't wait to start knitting it. But that's my next project on the needles. That's going on the needles as soon as I have enough yarn spun. I don't want to. I want to spin what I need plus an extra skein, so that I don't have to worry about running out. I don't want to have to spin more in the middle of my project, you know.
Yep.
Because then I'll just drag on. So I'm going to keep working on it. And that's all I have for Whirlwind Romance. And future dates is Skipper D by Julia Farwell Clay, which I'm doing with the yarn that I just showed you. How about you?
Still plan on doing slippers. I really need to do slippers. I don't know where mine are, but they're really not.
I know they have holes.
They're really not wearing them, and not only do I need them for me, but my brother had asked if I could do a pair for him. We have the tissue box right in front because we're sharing. So slippers are a high priority for me, and once I get the sock done, those will go quick because they're doubled up.
Yeah, I think so. You always get those done fast.
Yeah, it's just it ends up being a little much on the hands.
You know, I should have my mom bring her unfinished one up so you can help her with it because she still has it.
When's she coming up?
Right before Halloween.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I'll have her bring it up.
I'll help her.
Other than that?
Future dates? No. Other than that, no plans for anything future. Just slippers and socks. Just because it's easy and mindless. And I'm hoping that once I'm done with this, I can do it during my break at school.
Yeah.
But once I get the heel situated and stuff. And then my next pair of socks, I think, are just going to be plain stockinette. Because I love me my stockinettes.
I feel like I might knit a pair of socks soon out of hand spun, but don't hold me to that. Every once in a while, I feel like knitting a pair of socks. Remember that hand spun pair of socks I knit in 2 days? Yeah, I might knit one other pair of those.
No, I like them, and if it's plain stockinette, I can actually knit them while I'm reading my books.
Yeah.
And I've come to notice that I really do need to have something to do with my hands to, like Lara, our friend Lara, when I was in college, and she said she always knit during her lectures reading, and it helps you focus, and I miss that, but it's not a way that I can actually knit while the lecture. I don't think my teachers would understand.
If I wasn't knitting, I was doodling. I would do these elaborate doodles because I had to be doing something with my hand. Well, it helps me listen.
Yeah, and I think that's why we're given our notes on a piece of paper for the lecture for the day, but I'm writing on the notes some more information, and that helps.
Yeah, I have to do something. I did knit in my lectures in college. I
I didn't
knit
know
all
how
the
to knit
time.
then.
Law
In
school.
college, you could probably get away with it because there's so many people.
Well, yeah, and
I got 8 people in my course.
yeah, I didn't in my seminars where there were only a few people. I
Yeah.
didn't knit, but in my big lecture halls, I knit all the time. When I was in law school, I had really big classes. Like there were usually about 100 people in my class, but that would not have been looked upon kindly in law school. They expected you to pay attention.
I can see.
But you know, like in court, when I was practicing attorney, I used to draw on my notebooks all the time. I used to draw caricatures of the other people in the trial. You know, like because I have to keep my hands busy or I can't concentrate.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no,
so
I understand.
It is the way that it is. Did you just make a mistake?
No mistake.
Crushes and heartbreaks. I want to tell you that I have gone running twice this week, despite the fact that I still am getting over a cold and I still have a little bit of chest going on.
Yep.
My chest is crummy because of my cold, but the asthma flare is pretty much gone.
Good.
Like that's chest congestion, but it's not asthma. The steroid inhaler that they gave me, the long-term one, Flovent, I think that's what they gave Zach, didn't they? That works really well. It's kept it down. I take it twice a day. And then I stopped needing my rescue inhaler last week, although I do take it right before I go running just to keep everything open. But I ran, I'm doing Couch to 5K program, which has worked for me twice before, easing me into running so I don't actually injure myself. I was super scared the first day that I was going to do something. I mean, because they were like, do not run for 6 months. And so I don't know. I guess I thought it was going to be really bad or whatever, but it actually was fine. I ran slow. I did 16-minute miles.
Oh, good.
On the Couch to 5K program, which for those of you who don't know, you start out doing it's intervals. You walk and then you jog and then you walk and then you jog. And you do it for 20 minutes, and there's a 5-minute warm-up walk and a 5-minute cool-down walk. So that was day 1. Day 2, it's similar. Day 2, I actually upped my running to 15-minute miles because 16-minute miles were too slow. Like, that really was slow for me. Mm-hmm. So 15-minute miles was a little more challenging. Like, I felt more like I was running. And but still fine. And it feels fine. The only problem I had from running is shin splints. And I always get shin splints when my sneakers need to be changed. Right. So I need to get new sneakers, basically. But my knee feels perfectly fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with my knee. So I was supposed to go to PT on Wednesday, and I called and I canceled it because I have another appointment coming up on Monday. And I'm going to tell her on Monday, I think I'm done. I just don't see... If I can run 1.5 miles 2 times this week with absolutely no problem, right, I think I'm fine. I don't think I need to be going in and doing all this stuff. I know how to deal with the muscle cramp that I get in my calf now, and that's pretty much resolved. I just don't see why I'm still going. And frankly, I am tired of driving myself into Boston once a week for physical therapy.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And I'm seeing my surgeon on Tuesday, and he's going to discharge me from orthopedics. So I just feel like if I might as well get discharged from PT this week too and not have to go anymore.
Yeah, makes sense.
So yay! That's my crush, and that's all I got.
Crushes and heartbreaks. I'm trying to think. I don't really have any crushes and heartbreaks. School is going well. I had a couple of quizzes.
She did really well on her quizzes.
Well,
but she's
one of my quizzes,
harshly criticizing herself.
I got an 88, and my husband's like,
bad.
88, you should have gotten an A. And I'm like, I know. One of the questions was stupid. I didn't go with my gut. I'm like, it's a trick question. No, the thing is you got to go with your gut. It's both questions that I had. Well, I got 3 wrong because it was only like 23 questions. But I'm like, I should have just gone with my gut on both of those. Yeah. And I would have gotten a better grade. And so we were discussing the heart and its circulation, and that comes easy to me, and I'm trying to explain to other people how it works.
Yeah. You should bring in that model of a heart that you knit for me.
I
and
showed
be
them.
like, oh,
I
you
showed
did?
them, yeah, because I showed, we were working on computers, which is boring because I know computers. So the way I have it is the computer's facing me and I'm facing the instructor. So I'm on,
So she's on the internet.
yeah, I'm on the internet. So I showed them Ravelry and showed them my heart. And
Yeah.
she's like, cool.
I know.
She goes, is it anatomically correct? I'm like, yes and no.
I
said,
mean,
it really isn't.
shape-wise, sort of. It's
Sort
not
of,
like
but-
if you cut it open, it would not look
Oh,
like
God, no, I don't
this.
think that's what she meant, but... So school's going good. I had a quiz on Wednesday. We didn't have school on Monday, so I had a quiz on Wednesday, and actually I'll have another quiz on Monday. I gotta study for that. I think I did pretty good. I might have gotten one question wrong on that one. But it was only 10. Well, no, it was 10 questions, so it would have been a 90. So yeah, an A minus.
A.
But we'll see.
I feel like kicking your husband in the pants. 88 is really
he's
good.
Teasing me because he knows he wouldn't be able to do that.
88 is really good for the very first quiz after you have been out of school for what?
20 years
Yeah.
or more.
Seriously.
My dad is home. I'm excited that my dad is home.
When you have a crush from your dad.
I was going to put that in the
Baubles and Bling. That's a better place to put it.
Yeah.
You're right.
So my dad is home. I met him for lunch on Monday. That was good. He stopped by on Tuesday. And we're going to his house tomorrow for dinner. Cool. An early birthday dinner for Cam. My husband, for his birthday and for Father's Day, we do the same dinner. He likes lobsters. So I cook him lobsters. So my dad's going to cook him lobsters this week. And I will make an apple pie because my husband is not a cake person.
Oh.
He doesn't like
Who
frosting.
isn't a cake person?
He doesn't like frosting.
See, I just want to kick him. He doesn't like frosting. What's wrong with that man?
I don't know. So if I was to make him a cake, I usually make cupcakes where a couple of them aren't frosted and the rest are for the boys. But
pie will be better.
Pie will be good. Pie. I think that's it.
Baubles and Bling. I have no Baubles and Bling this week, but Sheila has
Baubles and Bling. So I got a couple of different things. First, going to mention this one because I'll be using this. So this I showed you. It's a new iPad. It's an iPad 3. My father bought it for me. He asked me if I wanted a smartphone or a new iPad. I said I'd rather have a new iPad. This takes pictures, so hopefully I'll be updating my projects more. Not with the best of pictures, because the problem is it's just taking them and uploading them to the computer. I just don't do it. So I'll be uploading my pictures more and my stash, hopefully, just because I already uploaded a new stash. And so this is fun. And a picture of my boys.
Cute.
That's on my screen, on iPad, your unlock screen, whatever it's called. So my next Bauble and Bling was my Blue Moon's Fiber Arts. And I didn't bring the patterns with me, but it came in with one full skein and a mini skein. So 405 yards of the Superwash Merino lightweight. And it's not all about me brown. It's a nice tan color. Soft and squishy as
I don't love it.
It's a solid, which I've been looking for more.
And
solid.
It could be manly.
Yep. And then the partial skein is silky socks.
I like the partial skein. I think it's kind of pretty.
And it's about me. It's about me all the time. That's the name of the colorway. And this has got blues and oranges.
Like all the jewel tones.
So I don't know what her inspiration was, but the show notes show a beach and a sand. The only thing I can say is this reminds me of sandy beach with maybe sea glass.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was her inspiration.
I'm not a big fan of the two of them together.
Well, the patterns that she gave, and I'm taking this off the internet on the Blue Moon Socks That Rock Club. A beautiful necessity is the socks, and buckthorn cap is the hat. The hat I actually like.
I actually kind of like the hat when I see it done.
The socks, it's not a good picture.
Is it just plain socks?
No, the skein is intertwined in here. Let me see if that's a nice picture of them. And yeah, there's no really good picture
of the skein. Of the sock pattern.
Let me see if somebody else has any other pictures. And I forgot to bring the no, that's it. Pictures, the pattern and stuff. So I will bring it next week or show it to you next week. The hat I was contemplating if buckthorn, let me see if it's even in here, buckthorn cap, if it would actually look good on me. Because it's color work and the crown right here, and then it's more of a pillbox type.
Like a flat top?
Sort of. What did I say? Blackthorn?
Yeah.
It
Because
was
a
really...
flatter top looks good on you.
Yeah. It definitely makes me want to, no, it's not in yet. It doesn't surprise me. Makes me want to try it. Maybe not necessarily with Blue Moon. But what I envision this is maybe you've seen a lot of shawls with just a touch of color on the edge,
Mm-hmm.
like a feather and fan with a touch of color. That's where I could see this. So it's 130 yards of the silky. I've never had the silky, so it would be
I
interesting
like the
to play
silky
with
a
it.
lot. I think that's pretty.
And then when I was reading this, I didn't realize it was a full skein of the lightweight, which is kind of nice. I
It's
didn't
good
expect
yardage.
that. Yeah, it is 405 yards, and then 130. I'm sorry, 130 yards of the silky. So it's a decent amount of yardage. I'm excited about it. I will say I was a little disappointed. We were waiting, and when I opened this, I'm like, I waited for this.
It's just kind of...
And I know she's busy. Don't get me wrong by any means, and I love it. And it is a manly color, and if my husband was more apt to socks,
The whole
he
thing
might
is a
get it,
little
but...
masculine.
Well, the hat was designed by a male, Franklin something or other, I believe.
Franklin Habit?
Yes. See, you
Franklin
know.
something or other.
I
Franklin
don't know.
Habit!
I don't know him. I'm still new
He's
in
the
this
one
knitting.
that did the cartoon book, It Itches.
Oh, the sheep guy.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Some guy, Franklin.
Franklin, yeah.
Franklin
Habit. So, that's probably why it's more masculine.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I would not buy those colors.
Would not be something I buy.
Actually,
but...
I might buy this because I think this could be really beautiful. There are a lot of things that you could do with. I love it. It reminds me of a plaid, like a tartan.
Yeah.
It's pretty. This color is not my cup of tea. Browns and khakis are not my cup of tea. But the hat looks really pretty knit up, so,
Yeah, it is pretty. And again, I was wondering, like, you could probably tweak it a little bit and have the braid. What's the braid called? I don't want to... Latvian braid?
Latvian braid, yeah.
Latvian braid. You could do one of those where you have it here and then just do the color work. And
yeah.
I mean, you can modify it. So it was really pretty. And then I forgot this. I had won a prize for the Denver Oyster Run, and it was a special Cupcake Mafia bag from Shark Monkey.
Excuse me.
Lisa Loftus sent me this. It's a Denver Oyster 2012 box bag. Cupcake
Look how cute
Mafia.
it is. I love that.
So thank you, Lisa. I really do love it. And it's funny because she doesn't, well, I don't know how much she knows about me per se, but this is the card she sent. And this is so my son.
I know, he loves peace sign.
Loves
Every time
peace
I wear
signs.
my peace sign t-shirt, he's super excited.
Yeah, he loves peace signs.
And it's a rainbowy.
Oh, and he keeps asking me how about my hat? My hat? And I haven't done any more on the tassels, but it's like, you don't need it yet. And
I don't know. It's kind of
It
chilly
is
today.
getting cold.
There is a freeze warning for tonight.
I know. I told my husband he's too early.
We have
I
a
said,
basil
"No."
plant. Jim's got to bring it in.
Yeah, we brought in our plants as well. And I'm like, it's not too early. It's just last year we got spoiled. Although we did have snow on Halloween.
Oh, yeah. And then we didn't have school. That was crazy.
We had school.
We didn't.
We did.
Let me tell you, if a flake falls on the ground in Melrose, they're like, kids will die. We don't even have busing.
Oh, that's right.
I get it. Icy roads, you maybe don't want the buses driving your kids to school, right? No. We don't even have busing. It snows like an inch, and they're like, oh my God, we have to cancel school.
Yeah, no, we had no snow days last year. So
we had one.
That's the end of my baubles and play.
So let's see. Gossip and innuendo. First, I want to talk about Stitches East. I will be there tomorrow, which is Saturday, October 13th. I put this in the last show thing. Show notes? No. Show thread. Episode thread. I can't even talk. But we're trying to have a meetup. So if you want to meet up and you're in, people in the group, or you want to come and see me or whatever, at 1:00 outside the doors to the marketplace. So in the lobby of the building, right outside the doors of the marketplace. That way we can see each other. Come over and meet up with us then. Or if you see me walking around and shopping, say hi to me, because if you come up and see me at either one of those places, you will get one of our new cool buttons that we ordered for the festival season. So
Oh yeah.
it's festival season
festival
because
season.
next week we are totally going to be at Rhinebeck. We're going up on Friday.
Yep. We're going up together, thank goodness.
Yeah. We're going up on Friday. We're going to be at the festival Saturday and a little bit on Sunday. Did you know this?
Yes,
and then
I knew that. Yeah. I just got to make arrangements for a babysitter on Friday.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, and there's going to be a podcaster meetup on Saturday, right after the Ravelry meetup on that big hill area.
Well, at least this time we know where it is.
Yeah, I know. The last time I told Melissa from His and Hers podcast, I'm like, we're wandering around for hours trying.
I know. We had no idea where it was.
Apparently they're doing some kind of a candy swap. So if you bring a bunch of
5 candies.
Yeah, I don't see. Melissa told me this. I told her I was confused. Melissa, I'm sorry. Melissa told me what it was, but I'm still confused. If you bring 5, she said 5 bars or 5 bags of candy, and I think she meant 5 pieces of candy. Well, but that doesn't seem like a lot.
Well, like, the whole idea is to try and bring something that's unique to your area.
Right.
So, say I brought 5 boxes of Boston, is it Boston baked beans? Those candies. I would put my Ravelry information on it and hand you a box, and you would give me what you have.
Right. And if you want more kinds of candy, you need to bring more.
You're right. Boxes. If you want to exchange it with more than one.
Exactly. Like, if you bring 5 things, then you're going to get 5 different things back.
Right.
If you want to get 10 things, then you need to bring 10 boxes. Yes. And there's a thread on Plurk about it.
Yes.
I know what I'm bringing. I'm bringing Necco wafers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because I live near the Necco factory.
Well, maybe I'll bring the Boston baked beans.
You totally should.
A lot of people, whenever I sent out, not care packages, but swap gifts, I would do the Boston baked beans. I never thought about Necco.
I know, because my husband works in the former Necco factory. That's why I thought about it. And we used to go to the Necco factory all the time when we were in college, because my husband went to college literally down the street from the old Necco factory. And it's just crazy. We used to go there, and when you walked down Mass Ave in Cambridge, it smelled like chocolate when they were making the Sky Bars.
To interrupt, remember how we were talking about that thing?
Yeah.
I think I'm on it now, because all of a sudden I got 12 emails on that messaging.
Yes.
Like, what the heck? Sorry.
Surprise! We haven't known. We're meeting up with a bunch of people at Rhinebeck. We're meeting up with Lisa Fibernymph.
Yep.
Is going to be there, and Froggy Monkey from.
They're all staying where.
They're all staying in the
a
same
general
area
area
as
where
us.
we are.
And Aunt Sue's, and Melissa, and a bunch of other MJ.
Can't forget MJ.
I know.
I'm
well,
excited.
I was saying like podcaster names because.
Well, but everybody knows.
Everybody knows MJ. Everybody knows MJ. We're all meeting up. And we're all on this group message thing, and I actually turned my phone off because I was getting messages during this show. It's gonna be fun, yeah. And we're gonna see Lois.
Oh, Lois is coming.
Lois is coming.
Oh,
I know that. So excited. And Diane from Knittables is gonna be there.
Oh, I'm so
it's gonna be
excited.
super fun. Yeah, I cannot wait to see Lois in person. I was like so disappointed that we didn't get together this summer.
I know.
I cannot wait to see Lois. Hi, Lois. I cannot wait to see you.
I'm excited.
Me too.
You know what it is I haven't let myself get excited about it yet because I've had so many other things going.
And the thing is, I am only going to make one guaranteed purchase at the festival. One thing. So for me, this festival, and this is like the 4th or 5th time that I've been there. For me, this festival this year is more about seeing people that I know from the internet that I never get to see in person, and people that I know in person, like Melissa and Sean, that I only get to see occasionally.
Right.
I am looking forward to that aspect of it so much, and like going to the yarn marketplace and that stuff is kind of like a side thing this year.
I mean, last year I was so bent on getting Blue Moon. This year, I have Blue Moon. Don't get me wrong, I'll probably still look at it. But I'm not.
We'll get more.
Because our budget is so tight, my spending is probably going to be almost nil.
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm there to see people and have a good time and get
Yeah.
away from my family, really.
And I know, and have a nice girls' weekend away, and just like have like Friday night and Saturday night and Sunday.
I've told
to
my husband
relax.
a couple of times. He still probably doesn't realize that I'm going and not
Coming back.
Yeah.
So
I told him again, I gotta get a
excited.
babysitter for Friday. I am too.
The other thing is, I'm gonna start a thread for this. The meetup on Stitches. I'm gonna make a festival meetup thread. There's Stitches. We're gonna do the meetup. There's the big podcasters meetup where we're gonna be, and then I'm also gonna have a place if you are going to the Big E Fiber Festival on November 4th, I think. My mom and I are gonna be there. So if you want to meet my mom.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
November
see.
3rd or 4th. I don't know.
We'll see,
It's like the first week in November.
Maybe I can talk into that, but we're also going away, and
Well, when my mom and I go to the Big E one, we go first thing in the morning, and we're out of there by lunchtime.
Yeah.
It's not like we're there for the whole day.
No, I know. It's okay. There's just so much going on.
But I'm going to be at all three of those events. So if you come up to me at those events, you don't have to go to the meetup. You might not be the kind of person who does those meetups, you know. But if you see me, come up to me and say hello, and I will give you a button. I bought a giant bag of buttons so that we can give them out because it's festival season. Yay. All right, I'm done with the whole festival thing.
All right, I have nothing else to talk about gossip and innuendo, so let's
You got nothing?
Got nothing. I mean, I already talked about my school. I talked about my iPad. Sorry.
iPad.
Trying really hard to knit, and like I said, I really enjoy these socks. I love knitting with Blue Moon. I
know.
My crush is Blue Moon. I put on my. I know we're not in Crushes and Heartbreaks, but I put on my socks this morning, and I'm just like. Oh.
You know what my big crush is? Spinning. I spun. Mostly I spun a little bit and then I plied yesterday. I just enjoy it. There's something very relaxing about it. I don't know, it's just relaxing. I like it so much. I'm so glad that I learned how to do it. It's been really good for me. And my one thing that I purchase at the festival is going to be something for spinning.
Yeah, last year I purchased the spindle. I don't regret purchasing it. I'm glad I have one. Maybe when this is all settled, with school and stuff, I'll try and pick that up again. But that's why I didn't want to invest in a spinning wheel, because I just knew I'm one of those people who can focus on one thing.
I like spinning. I think because I'm a sweater maker. The fact that I can make my own yarn for a sweater has great appeal for me. I like knitting with my hand spun. I think I'm going to do a cowl that matches the bust mitts that I did the free pattern for. And put out as a free pattern. I might do that this weekend because to do something quick. And also because I want to get more patterns out there so people who haven't bought can get an idea of what my patterns are like so that they, for free.
Yeah, see, pattern, like, eventually I'll get there. It's just, that's not where my focus is.
No,
my focus
you gotta
is on
work.
School. And,
and she can start sticking real people with the needle, so I gotta get ready.
Next week we start to get to stick our classmates.
But yes, yeah.
No.
I'm like, you need to have stock at least a couple of people. No.
He's not gonna have us bring in anyone until he feels comfortable with us sticking
I'm real
each other's. But it's funny because we've also been doing vital signs, and I know how to do that. But it's funny because we're talking, like, one of the girls is like, I'll let you stick my arm with the needle, and it's like, you trust me enough to do that. But we're spending 4 days, 9 to 2 each day with these people.
I think
and we've exchanged, we've become Facebook friends, and this one girl's like, I'm nervous, texted me, save me a seat. And it's funny, she says save me a seat. I'm like, we all kind of have unassigned seats. We all go to the same place every time. Like, save you a seat. What the heck are you talking about?
It's kind of like law school. Law school was a lot of information in a very short period of time. So you really bond with the people that you do your first year of law school. Mm-hmm. I have like 4 close friends that are from my very first year in law school.
Cool.
that we get together periodically, and it's because we went through that, like,
Yeah.
it's a strange, and it's like a lot of information, and you just kind of bond together through it. So it's really like I said, I think it happens more when you've been out of school and then you come
Yeah.
back in again. So I'm glad you're having that
I
experience.
am. I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm not the. It's funny because I'm not the oldest. Well, me and this other girl may be the oldest. There was someone older, and I think I mentioned it last week where she fell asleep.
Oh,
She has yet to be in school this week.
I bet she gave up.
Yeah, and her friend, it was her and her cousin. They were going to do it together, and her cousin is bull because she's been living at her house, and this was supposed to get her back. And so she's missed, after 7 days of consistent absency, you're dropped from the program. So she's missed 3 so far.
Oh my God.
So she's trying to just tell her cousin to drop it.
Yeah.
So that, she can get her money back.
That's crazy.
So.
Also, if you're looking for a job in Massachusetts in the knitting industry, there is a job opening at Classic Elite. You can find out more information about it on the Classic Elite Yarn Facebook page. It is for somebody to handle their social media. So I know Melissa's like, I would totally take that job. And I was like, ooh, let me look at it. And then I was like, oh, you have to do like website and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't have to have like, you have to be willing to learn. You don't have to be like an IT person. You have to be familiar with Facebook and Twitter and the social medias. And I was like, oh yeah. If they would ask me to knit in exchange for yarn, I would totally do that. So Classic Elite, if you're listening right here, I will knit for yarn. I would be so into that. I will work for yarn. So, but anyway, there might be other people out there who are interested. So
yeah, definitely.
That'd be a cool job, working for Classic Elite. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I bet you in fact, I know you get a really good discount if you work for them. Incentive. Prize-A-Palooza. First of all, my apologies. I did not mail anything yet. I'm just gonna admit it. I'm lazy.
I'm gonna do it right after this.
We're gonna get it done.
Yeah, because I need to borrow her printer because mine is out of ink. So I'm gonna help her because I need to return.
She's gonna make sure I get it. Everybody that is owed a prize that has given me an address
today.
I am sending it out today. Sheila's gonna.
Yeah, I'll drop them off.
Yeah, just drop them.
Have you checked the P.O. box?
No, I thought you would check it on the way here.
Just check it. Oh, no, I didn't think about it, but I'll drop them off and check it.
Oh, I forgot. I found my car keys.
Where?
In my car! I told everybody on Twitter, but I totally forgot to tell you. Because I've been calling my husband Key Loser on Twitter because he lost my keys. So here's quickly the story. It started when I took my daughter to Target she had a doctor's appointment, and we went to Target afterwards, and I let her get one of those bags of popcorn.
Yep.
And she spilled it on the floor in the back seat. So, and there was already some goldfish crackers that she had spilled like 2 days earlier that had gotten like crushed. And then I was like, that's it. When we get home, we're cleaning out the back of the car because it's starting to get disgusting. Yeah. And since I've gotten my new car, I've been pretty good about, it's good. Like, you remember how my car used to be?
Yeah.
It's totally not like that anymore. I do keep it cleaner. So we got home and she helped me. We got a garbage bag and she started scooping out the spilled popcorn and everything. And we have these mud mats, these that you put on the floor. So I took that out. And then there is a carpet mat that actually Velcros down to the carpeting that's glued to the metal of the car. So there's like the metal base of the car. It has carpeting like glued to it. And then there's like a metal carpet thing. Or metal carpet thing. A carpet thing that's Velcroed to the top of that. Yep. So I realized it was Velcro and there was some crumbs on it. So I ripped it up so that I could like consolidate them in the center. And when I did that, this is all under the driver's side seat. I saw something, when I ripped it up underneath it, I could see something white underneath the car seat. So I reached in there and I pulled out styrofoam from one of those McDonald's cups. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, but then I looked and I could still see something white under there. So I reached under the carpet, in between the floor carpeting and the Velcro carpet mat were my car keys. They fell out of my husband's pocket, down in between the driver's side seat and the console.
Oh, all right.
They slid down. They went underneath the rubber the mud mat and somehow worked their way in between the Velcro mat and the floor. Like they were under there.
Really?
And I never would have found them if I hadn't ripped that floor mat up. I didn't even know you could rip that floor mat up.
Right.
Now, my husband and I both searched the car. That was the... Well, you have to understand. My husband lost my car keys on August 11th, but he did not actually advise me that they were lost until almost September 1st. So there was like a 2-week period where he kept saying, yeah, I got them somewhere. I'm going to get them for you. And then I would forget. I had the spare car keys. So I think they probably just worked their way as, you know, people got in and out and the car drove. They must have just worked their way.
Huh.
They must have fallen like with somehow, I don't know how they could possibly be like that. But I did. I looked under both sides. That was the first place I looked, was under the car seat, because I figured if they fell out of his pockets, they were probably in the car.
Right.
I did replace the post office box key. That cost me $10. So now we have 3 post office box keys, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I did not bother to replace the car key because when the keys didn't show up, they had so many tags on them that identified if you drop this in the mailbox. I knew that they had to be somewhere in our house. I knew that my husband had lost them. I didn't realize the car, but I knew they had to be somewhere where we had them. So I saved myself $250. And my husband no longer has to be called the key loser. Although we went apple picking and I asked him to hold my keys.
See, that's your mistake. Stop
and
asking him
I know.
your keys.
I said, and I gave them to him because I didn't have pockets. And I gave them to him and I said, can you handle these? And he held them for about half an hour. And pretty soon he said, I just would feel better if you took these. And I was like, all right, I'll take them. No problem.
That's funny.
Because he was just like, the pressure is too much. So, yes, I now have a full set of house keys.
Good.
I have all of my rewards cards back, and my $250 programmable car key is back.
Good.
And, yeah, my husband is on a short leash when it comes to keys, and that's the way that it has to be. So that's the story about the keys. I can't believe I forgot to tell you that. It was just the other day. Saturday. I found him on Saturday. So, and I was like, my dad was like, I knew they were in your car. I was like, why didn't you say something? I knew they were in there. So anyway, that's the key loser story. Key loser no more.
Good.
Prize-A-Palooza. We have pulled out some prizes, and we already did the random number generators.
Yes, we did.
So
the first winner.
I'm going to stand up and get the prizes right.
The first winner.
Here.
Who's going to win?
This. The first winner is going to win
Daisy Knits.
Daisy Knits Robin's Egg Yarn and the Nectar Base, which is Polworth, 85% Polworth and 15% silk, 324 yards.
And the winner is
and a little keychain.
Number 541, which is Tanya Twister. So Tanya, you win the Daisy Knits. Contact Wendy with your shipping information, please.
Yeah, that's your little keychain she made. Has yarn, a skeiny yarn on it. It's super cute.
The next winner, which is member 812, is going to get
Bittersweet Woolery.
Sparkly yarn. We bought this at
Sparkly
Mass Sheep and Wool.
Yep, Mass Sheep and Wool. This is Stardust hand-dyed sparkle sock yarn in Boyfriend Blue Jeans. And it is
beautiful.
Super pretty. And this is the Bittersweet Woolery business card. I love them.
Yeah, we like them a lot.
And I don't know if I showed you. This is Daisy Knits business card. She has an Etsy store. And you will also get a little skein keychain from Daisy Knits to go with that. Okay. So PM me with your info.
The last drawing. This is our last drawing for a while. Definitely
because the next drawing is going to be for the charity.
Which will be the end of October, beginning of November. Actually, it'll be like the 2nd of November because Halloween's on the 31st.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a Wednesday.
Okay, yeah.
So this is Araucania.
Araucania sock yarn in the...
It's on the back, maybe. Oh, that is the back, I guess. I don't think they do
I don't think they
colors.
do a color. It's Ranko Multi in the brownish colorway. Brown, yellow, and orange. Very fall. And look how super cute. This is a Legami bag. Little
With
Notions
sheepy.
bag with sheep. And it kind of matches to the yarn.
It does. And that person is member 696, a Texas Yarn, Allison.
Oh, cool. Allison, PM me your information and I will send out this super cute bag and yarn to you. And that's
That's
the end of Prize-A-Palooza. I think we gave out
12. 12.
No, I think it was more than that. I think it was 17.
15, I think.
15 prizes.
15 prizes.
Cool.
Somewhere around there.
And we're going to give out prizes for the charity.
Charity.
So.
And
then we're going to have to like restock our prize pool, man. We gave
Maybe
away a
that's
lot
what
of our
we'll
stuff.
be buying
At Rhinebeck. Yeah, that's how we can spend money that way, but it's not our money. That'll be fun.
So, on that note, anyone who's new, thank you for checking us out. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much for being a member of our group and watching our show. We appreciate that.
Anyone who's returning, thanks for coming back each week. And anyone who is returning, thanks for sticking with us. It's going to be a rough road, with me and my knitting content right now, not being such as it is. Although next week, maybe, because I know I won't be driving.
You'll be getting some stuff done. Yeah, that's a long drive, man. It's like a 5-hour drive.
I know, but I also know that somebody likes to have the control of driving.
Yeah, I do. Plus, I have you have Bluetooth. I like to play my iPod on the car, and you're just going to have to deal with this, but I skip the songs I don't feel like listening to. I just go skip.
That's fine. I was thinking maybe we can listen to a book on tape.
Maybe.
I have one that I got from Stephen King. It's a new one.
Which one?
It's a novella. It's only 2 discs, but it's called You Are. I don't know if it's You Are, but it's about the e-readers. I haven't listened to it yet. It's about the e-readers opening up into an alternate universe.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll listen to that.
We'll see.
Sounds like fun. I hope I see somebody at Stitches. It would be nice to see some people. I know that a couple of vendors I'm going to say hi to. But I hope I see some people that are enjoying Stitches and having fun, and I will give you a button.
So have a good weekend, everybody.
Yes.
Knit with Heart.
Bye.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Yes. At Rhinebeck. We'll record. How are we going to record?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do Thursday night.
Yeah, we might have to.
We'll do Thursday night.
Because I'm thinking, whoa.
It'll be cutting it close.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
All right. And with that note, goodbye again. Knit with Heart. Bye.